Dominate your mind and never procrastinate again. Stoicism. You wake up and feel the weight of your to-do list looming over you. You know there are tasks to complete, but instead, you scroll through your phone. You hear a whisper in your mind. Just 5 more minutes. This moment reflects a common battle we all face. The Stoics remind us that we have power over our choices. As Epictetus wisely says, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it. Consider a moment when you need to work on an important project. The clock ticks, but your mind drifts. You find yourself cleaning the house, organizing your desk, or binge-watching a series instead. This diversion feels comforting, yet deep down, you recognize the nagging anxiety that grows with every minute wasted. You know you should start, yet procrastination grips you. Why do you hesitate? What is it about starting that feels overwhelming? Reflect on how often you allow fear of failure or the allure of distraction to dictate your actions. Every time you postpone a task, it's a choice fueled by the mind. But remember, you have the power to choose differently in this very moment. Instead of scrolling through your device, take a deep breath, relaxing your shoulders. Visualize the satisfaction of completing that project. Ask yourself, what small step can I take right now to overcome this inertia? Can you feel the resolve starting to build within you? Let's imagine you take out a piece of paper and start jotting down your thoughts for that project right now. Feel the pen gliding across the paper, each stroke bringing clarity and focus. Your mind begins to calm, aware of the urgency lifting as action takes the place of hesitation. Where do you see procrastination showing up in your life? Is it in work, school, or maybe personal goals? It helps to acknowledge these moments, to realize that it's all part of being human. Each procrastination is a chance to practice awareness and action. So, as you navigate through your day, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. Reflect on the power of your mind and how you can dominate your thoughts to avoid procrastination. In the next 24 hours, challenge yourself. Identify one task you have been putting off and commit to completing just a small part of it. You'll be amazed at how breaking things down can keep the weight of procrastination at bay. Before you dive into this Stoic principle, I have an important reminder. Many subscribers have reported being unsubscribed from the channel without notice. Check below to ensure you're still part of this community. Hit that like button. It truly supports me. And let me know in the comments, which city are you watching from? Your participation makes this journey richer. You sit back, your thoughts lingering on the task ahead. As you breathe in and out, you wonder, what if procrastination isn't just about being lazy? What if it's also about avoiding discomfort? Think about it. The start of any project, large or small, often feels intimidating. You might see a wall of uncertainty rising before you. It's easy to let that wall grow taller, allowing self-doubt to seep in. This is where the Stoics offer profound insight. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Imagine standing at the foot of that wall. You look up and see the work it entails. Instead of taking a step forward, you hesitate. You justify your decision with a million reasons. But what if you could see that wall for what it really is? A challenge wrapped in growth. This moment of hesitation isn't just procrastination. It's a crossroads where you choose comfort over growth. Picture yourself standing before that project again. Feel your heart race slightly. Now ask yourself, what if the discomfort is temporary, while the benefits of taking action are lasting? Embrace the discomfort. It's an essential part of moving forward. When you tackle a project, you build resilience. It's like lifting weights for your mind. The more you act, despite feeling uneasy, the stronger you become. Let's visualize a busy day at work. You have that report to finish, but the phone rings with a friend needing to chat. It's appealing to dive into that distraction, isn't it? But take a moment. Ask yourself, what will I feel tomorrow if I choose comfort now? Now, pick up that pen again. As you write, let the words flow. Every stroke of the pen slides you past the wall of hesitation. Feel the ink, the texture of the paper beneath your fingers. Each word is a tiny victory against inertia. Recognize the feelings that arise as you act. There's a shift, isn't there? A weight lifts off your chest. You're not just completing a task. You're asserting control over your choices. Remember this. Being human means encountering resistance. Every time you meet your challenges head-on, you practice the Stoic principle of perseverance. As you navigate its intricacies, consider, what have you learned about yourself when you pushed through that resistance? So, in the next 24 hours, look for that moment of hesitation. When it arrives, don't shy away. Face it and take one small step forward. That's where growth happens. What small action will you choose? How can you turn that uncomfortable moment into a launchpad for progress? Let me leave you with another Stoic gem. No man is happy who does not think himself so. Breathe deeply. Let those words settle. Your happiness, your progress, it starts with the choices you make in the next moment. What will you choose? As you sit with your thoughts, ready to face the challenge ahead, remember, progress often starts small. There's great power in tiny actions. Sometimes you just need to make the first move. Think about how easy it is to overthink. I get it. You might imagine all the steps needed for a big project, and suddenly it feels overwhelming. But what if you could focus only on the very next step? Just one small action to get the ball rolling. Picture this. You're staring at a blank page for an important report. The cursor blinks at you, and the silence feels heavy. What if, instead of waiting for inspiration, you wrote just one sentence? That's it. Just one sentence. It could be anything. An idea you've been considering, or even a simple summary of what you want to accomplish. When you take that first step, you may feel a wave of relief wash over you. You've taken action. Now that the page has a word on it, you create momentum. You may find that you want to write another sentence, and then another. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. The more it rolls, the bigger it gets. That's how progress happens. It's often just about getting started. The Stoics teach us that we control our responses. In those moments of hesitation, ask yourself, what values guide my actions? Is it fear of failure, or do I value growth and learning? Aligning your actions with your values helps clarify your goals and sustain your motivation. You can respond differently if you focus on your values. Instead of freezing in fear, you can embrace each opportunity as a chance to learn. As you move through the day, try to Notice your reactions. When procrastination creeps in, take a moment to pause. Reflect on what you're feeling. Are you anxious? Is there fear of judgment? Acknowledge those feelings without letting them control you. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. Everyone does at some point. What matters is how you respond to that discomfort. Let's think practically. If you have a task looming over you, consider breaking it into even smaller parts. Maybe today, instead of completing a whole report, you set a timer for just 5 minutes. Tell yourself that for 5 minutes, you'll work only on that task. If you feel like stopping after 5 minutes, that's fine. But oftentimes, you'll find you want to keep going. The hardest part was simply starting. Now, let's talk about accountability. Sharing your goals with someone can help. Reach out to a friend, let them know what you're working on, and ask them to check in with you. Knowing someone else is rooting for you can boost your motivation. It's like having a cheerleader in your corner. Finally, remember to celebrate your small wins. Each time you take a step forward, acknowledge it. Did you write that one sentence? Great. Did you work for 5 minutes? Fantastic! These victories, no matter how small, build confidence and keep the momentum going. As you go about your day, keep these thoughts in mind. You have the ability to choose how you respond. You can choose progress over postponement, action over inertia. In the next chapter, we'll explore how these choices shape your mindset and influence your overall well-being. Until then, what small action will you choose today? What tiny step will move you closer to your goals? Each choice counts. Embrace it. As you reflect on the small actions you can take, it's essential to acknowledge the role of routine in our lives. A strong routine can be your best ally in the fight against procrastination. Think of it as a roadmap guiding you through each day, making sure you don't lose your way. Imagine waking up each morning and having a clear set of tasks you want to accomplish. When you don't have a plan, it's easy to drift. You might scroll through social media, get lost in distractions, and suddenly, hours have slipped away. But with a routine, you define what matters to you. You prioritize your goals and give them a space in your day. Start small. Consider establishing your morning routine. It could be as simple as sipping coffee and writing down 3 things you want to achieve that day. This act alone reaffirms your purpose and sets a positive tone for what lies ahead. The Stoics often emphasized reflection and intention. By mapping out your day, you honor this principle. Once the day takes off, think about how you channel your energy. Each moment presents an opportunity to either act or avoid action. You might find yourself at a crossroads, desire pulling you towards a distraction, while responsibility beckons you to stay focused. Acknowledge those feelings. They're perfectly normal. When you feel that internal tug-of-war, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. This simple act can be grounding. It allows you to step back and refocus. Ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish, and why is it important? Bringing clarity to your reasoning can rekindle your resolve. Let's consider the idea of making the most out of time blocks. You can designate specific periods for dedicated work on tasks. For instance, set a timer for 25 minutes and commit to working on a project without interruptions. Once the timer goes off, give yourself a 5-minute break. It's like a sprint. You work hard, Then allow yourself a moment to recharge. During those breaks, reflect on what you've achieved so far. Appreciate the effort you put in, no matter how small. The Stoics believed in the significance of gratitude. By recognizing your hard work, you fuel your motivation for the next round. As you find yourself in this more intentional rhythm, life may still throw challenges your way. It's all part of the journey. When setbacks occur, remind yourself of the Stoic view. Obstacles are opportunities for growth. Instead of seeing a challenge as a roadblock, view it as a chance to strengthen your resolve. Consider journaling your experiences. Write down moments of hesitation and how you navigated through them. Reflecting on these instances can help track your progress over time. You'll notice patterns in your behavior, and you can learn from them. Now, let's talk support. Don't hesitate to lean on your community. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to take action. Share your goals, celebrate victories, and learn from each other's experiences. This connection can provide a powerful push when motivation wanes. As we wrap up this chapter, think about how your daily choices shape your future. Every decision, however small, contributes to your overall well-being. Embrace this idea. Remember, you're in control. As you head into the next day, ask yourself, what routine will I establish? What tiny steps will I embrace? The answers to these questions are stepping stones on your path to progress. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to maintain motivation over the long haul. Until then, keep your mind focused on those small actions. They matter more than you might think. What will you choose? As you think about your routine and the small actions you can take, let's explore something that goes hand in hand with establishing good habits: motivation. Staying motivated can feel like a challenge, especially when your energy dips or distractions call your name. But there are simple strategies we can adopt to keep our spirits high. First, let's talk about your why. Why do you want to accomplish the things on your list? What is the bigger picture? Sometimes, when the daily grind feels heavy, connecting with your deeper motivations can reignite your drive. Take a moment to jot down why those tasks matter to you. Perhaps you want to improve at work, support your family, or simply feel a sense of accomplishment. Keeping your reasons in mind can give you the push you need on tough days. Now, let's make this more practical. Consider using visual reminders. Maybe it's a vision board, sticky notes, or even a digital wallpaper on your phone. These reminders can serve as daily inspiration. When you glance at them, they'll bring you back to your goals, reminding you why you started. Another great way to stay motivated is through routines. Think of them as practices that help you build momentum. You can create a set schedule for different activities. For example, dedicate specific times in your day for work, exercise, or hobbies. When these activities become part of your routine, you don't have to decide every time. You just do it. It reduces decision fatigue and helps you stay on track. Let's also consider the power of small rewards. A little treat can go a long way in boosting your motivation. Perhaps after completing a task, you can enjoy a favorite snack, take a brief walk outside, or watch an episode of a show you love. Rewarding yourself reinforces positive behavior. It's like giving yourself a high five for a job well done. Now, do you recall that feeling of accomplishment? It's that little spark when you tick something off your list. Each small victory builds confidence and fuels your motivation. So, celebrate those wins. Share them with a friend or record them in a journal. Reflecting on your achievements reinforces your progress and keeps you focused on where you're heading. As you embark on your day, try to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Each time you sit down to work, remind yourself of what you're thankful for. It could be as small as having a quiet space to think, or the ability to pursue your goals. This practice shifts your mindset from what you lack to all the things that are going well, making it easier to stay engaged. While we navigate our journeys, it's also important to be kind to ourselves. The road to change can come with setbacks. Remember, they're just part of the process, not the end of the world. If you find yourself slipping into old habits, don't dwell on it. Instead, acknowledge it. Learn from it. And reset your intentions. Being resilient is key. And like the Stoics teach us, it's not about avoiding challenges, but how we respond to them. Before you head into your next task, think about this. What will energize you today? How can you invite motivation into your routine? Consider making a list of these energizing activities and pull from it whenever you need a boost. As we wrap up this chapter, let's carry these thoughts into tomorrow. Focus on your why. Set your routine. Celebrate your wins and practice gratitude. Each moment is a chance to take action. What step will you take today? It all starts with you. In the next chapter, we'll dive into how to handle distractions and keep your focus sharp. Until then, keep moving forward. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the day's end, he finally felt the weight lift. He had faced the allure of procrastination time and again, grappling with it like a fierce opponent. Each day brought its own set of challenges, and for a long time he had let those challenges wash over him, pushing him into the comforting arms of distraction. But today was different. Today, he had embarked on a journey through Stoic philosophy, little by little conquering the self-doubt that once had him ensnared. He had internalized the lessons of embracing discomfort, recognizing it as a stepping stone rather than a hurdle. Each small victory had added up. A single sentence turned into paragraphs, and soon enough, the project that once seemed insurmountable took shape before his eyes. At that moment, he paused to reflect. He had set a clear intention in the morning, crafting a routine that served him. He remembered those small rewards he had promised himself. Taking a walk after finishing a piece of work, a refreshing cup of coffee at his desk, or even a favorite song playing softly in the background. Simple joys, yet powerful in their effect. As he wrapped up his project, a surge of joy coursed through him. It wasn't just about finishing. It was about how he had gotten there. He had fought against the trends of self-doubt and inertia, asserting his choices moment after moment. The Stoics' insights echoed in his mind. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. He had realized this truth deeply, recognizing that the fears that once loomed like shadows weren't as formidable as they seemed. But soon after, a familiar voice whispered through his thoughts, "What if you stumble? What if you fail?" Flickers of anxiety nudged at him. Even as he celebrated his progress, the specter of perfectionism seized him. Was his work good enough? Would others judge him harshly? He took a deep breath, grounding himself in. the moment. He remembered that discomfort was temporary, a transient sensation before he could reach new heights. The obstacles he faced were opportunities to show resilience. He thought to himself, it's part of the process. With every keystroke, he worked through the anxiety, refusing to let it dictate his future. Each paragraph he wrote was a declaration of his worth, a testament to the journey of embracing action over inaction. He could feel the air shift in the room. Instead of feeling heavy, it felt lighter, mirror smooth, a reflection of his own mindset evolving. Hours passed in what felt like mere moments until he finally leaned back, surveying the completed work. Pride swelled within him. He gathered his notes, appreciating the journey it took to get here. It wasn't just about the finished product. It was the lessons learned along the way, about perseverance, clarity, and the sheer joy of moving forward despite fear. In that evening glow, he made a promise to himself. This wouldn't be the end. It would merely mark a new beginning. He would keep nurturing the habits he'd cultivated, the routine, the gratitude, the notion of pushing through discomfort to find growth. He understood now that each day offered a fresh canvas, and he held the brush. His thoughts turned to sharing this journey with others. He began to imagine the friends who had struggled with their own hesitations. There was strength in community, and he felt a desire to invite them along, to share these insights and inspire them in their own battles against procrastination. He grabbed his phone, ready to send them a message. Hey, I've been learning some great stuff about overcoming procrastination. Would love to share it with you. With that small action, he felt the thread of connection weave tighter. He could help others push past their walls just as he had. As night settled in, he felt peace within. He had faced his procrastination and emerged stronger. With this newfound clarity and courage, he looked forward to tomorrow, ready to continue moving forward. Do you want to keep advancing on the path to serenity? Subscribe now to the channel to receive the next Stoic reflections firsthand. Click like if this content helped you grow. In the comments, share the biggest insight you took away. Your experience may inspire other seekers. And don't hoard wisdom. Send this video to at least 3 friends who need inner balance.